Step into the new when you drive a Chevy. It's time for a fresh approach and a new perspective. And find the Chevy that's right for you. Find new experiences, find new roads. Chevrolet.
Hey, welcome back to High School Game Day here on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And as always, brought to you by Liuna Labor's Local 663, who remind us, hey, drive safely in those work zones. Those folks want to go home to their families as well. Also presented by Doak Propane for all your propane needs in Polk County and surrounding counties. See the folks at Doak. And the Bank of Billings. Bank of Billings established 1889, the oldest bank in Christian County. As we continue here with our Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athletes of the Week segment presented by the Missouri State Highway Patrol, we go to Rockhurst High School and we bring in the head cross country coach, Mike Dirks. Coach Dirks, thanks so much for your time today.
Thanks for having us.
Coach, tremendous season here for the Hawklets. Talk about the season up to, to the state championship, and then also being able to garner the state championship team trophy.
Yeah, we had a tremendous year so far. We were able to win the Class 5 team championship. Last year we got second, narrowly missing out. And so that was kind of the motivation of this year's group, was to get on top of the podium. We had a really talented senior class coming back, and then added in some very special freshmen. So it was a fun year. We lost only one race the entire season. We had 4 All-Staters. Henry won the individual championship, and then we had senior Andrew Davis in 5th. We had a freshman, Jack McGovern, who ended up running the fastest freshman time, tied the fastest freshman time in state's history at 8th. Kai Somasagran at 17th. And then we had our freshman, Jack Morrison, as our 5th man. And then not too far behind him was our senior, Bill Hayes. So just a tremendous state meet.
Yes, indeed. And I tell you, I was watching the race, the numbers come across, and I thought, well, nobody's going to catch them right now, not only team-wise, but nobody's going to catch Henry Acorn. Tell us a little bit about this young man and how he's progressed through his career.
Sitting right next to me is probably one of the most special people I've ever been able to coach. And he's done this because he's just worked his butt off. He made the decision when he was a freshman that he could be special, but he didn't just rest on his, physical talents. He worked hard, and he put in the grind every day, developed himself, and to being probably one of the best kickers in the history of Missouri State. Just the ceiling for him is just so high, and it's just been so much fun to coach him.
Henry, how are you today?
Pretty good. Not too bad.
Very good. Well, first off, thanks for being part of the show.
Yep.
And on behalf of Chevrolet and the Missouri State Highway Patrol, congratulations on being selected as a Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week.
Thank you.
Now, first off, let's go back to the beginning of the season. Did you have any personal goals going into the season?
Yeah, kind of just more in the regular season. I just wanted to be very dominant, go out, win races. Obviously, win the state meet. I got 4th last year, and so the goal this year is to win it. And then we have regionals NXR this Sunday, so that's the goal to qualify for that.
Outstanding. Well, take us back, maybe going back to that Todd Warner Kickoff Classic. Number one, how do you get prepared? When you're racing, and I've had family members that have raced, that have coached cross country, and it was always fun the night before with the pasta parties and things like that. What are you doing to kind of get your body mentally and physically prepared before a race?
Yeah, I think I've gotten to the point, just kind of mentally, where I'm not really stressed about races anymore, especially like those early season races. I mean, for Todd Warner, it was his first meet of the season. So, I wasn't expecting a fast time. I was expecting it to be hard just because I wasn't in the best of shapes yet. But, yeah, I mean, I like being social before races. Usually on my phone. I might not be the best thing, but I'm usually on my phone just texting friends, or obviously we have pasta parties as well. So,
yeah. Tell us a little bit about you get to the line. The gun has not went off yet. What are you thinking about? Are you trying to line up close to someone that maybe can maybe be your rabbit in the early going, or what's going through your mind there as you approach the starting line?
Yeah, so usually I always try to be relaxed, especially that first mile. Usually I have a race plan for the beginning of the race. So whether that was going out with a certain runner from a different team or going out with Andrew or just going out on my own, taking it from the gun, I usually just have a strategy.
Were there rivalries with maybe other runners that you enjoyed running against or running with, as you look at some of the meets and you think, hey, I'm looking forward to this. This guy's going to push me. Did you have some rivalries, good-hearted or maybe not?
I really like running against Luke from Rockbridge. He won it last year, so running against him sure was fun. He goes out fast. He likes to push the pace, so it's always a fast race when you race against him. And then that's the only one I can think of. So
What was did you have a PR this year, and was it by chance in the state championship?
yeah, so at state I went 14:52, which was my PR for the year.
Very good. What do you do during the week? I mean, how many miles you putting in the off season in a week?
So in the off season, I have like a 2-3 week peak of about 70 miles, and then the rest of it is kind of 50-60, more towards the 60 side, I'd say.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite course?
Probably Gans. I would say we don't really run that cool of courses, to be honest. But yeah, Gans is probably the best.
Do you have a course you don't like? I mean, it maybe too hilly, or does the weather maybe have an effect?
Let's see. I've never liked Lee Summit North. We didn't run that this year, but I've never liked that one. It's very boring. So.
Now, what class are you, Henry?
So we're class 5, which is the top class in Missouri.
What grade are you in?
I'm a senior.
You're a senior. Made any decisions as far as next year?
Yeah, so I actually just signed for the University of Virginia.
Outstanding. Well, what led to that? What was the maybe largest contributing factor to say, hey, I'm going to go to Virginia? Is it away from home? Is it maybe they've got tremendous success in cross country? What was the impetus for making that decision?
So yeah, there was a couple of different factors. First one is obviously the high academics, but then probably the main two would be former Rockhurst alum Wes Porter. He's there right now. He holds UVA's 1,500 meter school record. He's done a tremendous job kind of just progressing throughout college there. And then I really just like the coach, Coach Finn. I felt like his training style very much matched my training style under Coach Dirks, so I really much like that.
Again, visiting with Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week, presented by the Missouri State Highway Patrol Rockhurst Cross Country Class 5 state champion, Henry Acorn, and head coach Mike Dirks. And Henry, if you could get in a time machine and go back to that Henry Acorn who was maybe a 7th grader and give yourself some advice based on what you know right now as a senior, what advice would you go back and give yourself as that 12, 13-year-old pup?
Let me see. Probably just to be more relaxed. I was always very ambitious, but I would get very nervous before races. A lot of races that just didn't really matter. So just being relaxed before races. So.
And you've kind of gotten that this year? You felt like you were pretty relaxed going into all the races?
Yeah.
When was the last time you were nervous? Outside of maybe today during this interview.
I mean, I was a little nervous for state and then a little nervous for Gans Creek Classic. But the last time I probably was nervous was probably for the 2-mile at state last year.
What, as you're competing in the race, do you have people along, different checkpoints telling you, hey, you're 3 seconds off the pace, or you got to pass this guy, and you may not pass anybody, but do you have people kind of giving you just keys during the race? Hey, you're up here, you're down here. What's going on during the race as far as from coaching staff and maybe other teammates or fans?
Yeah, usually it's just let's see. So like usually I position myself usually pretty good, so there's not much position. Usually it's more motivation. Coach Dirks usually, tells me to do better on my form or relax my face a little bit. Um, One of our coaches, Coach Mack, is always towards the end of the race. I like to kick. I have a strong kick, so usually he's there telling me to start my kick. Usually, whether that's 800 out or maybe just like 200, 300 out. And then, yeah, from like parents and stuff, it's usually just motivation.
Were you aware of the time that you were putting up in the state championship? Did you know? I mean, you just felt comfortable. Being a baseball guy or even basketball guys I talk to, they know during pregame, hey, I'm gonna have a great night, or I'm gonna throw strikes, or I can't miss. Or did you kind of have a good feeling that you felt like you were going to run a good race, and did you realize how good it was?
Not really. I said I never focus on times at all during races, but I do. I like to see how fast the first K went out, just to get a kind of good grasp of how fast we went out. But besides that, after that, I never look at time. And then, but yeah, I mean, during the race, I didn't feel the best. There's a lot of times where my breathing felt kind of off. But I wouldn't say it was probably towards the end of the race where I finally felt like, yeah, I have this. I could win this. So.
Outstanding. Well, I have one more question, and I am a mandated reporter for the Missouri State Highway Patrol. Do you always wear your seatbelt?
Yes.
Very good. Good answers. That's back-to-back wins, Mr. Acorn. Thank you, and again, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. Coach, I really appreciate you helping kind of set this up. And, what's the rest of the year look like for you? Are you out in the hallways trying to recruit some more runners?
Like Henry said, we're actually racing up in Indiana here this Sunday at NXR Nike Regionals. Their goal is to try to be in the top 2, individual top 5, and then depending upon how that goes, we might have a couple more weeks. We'll take some time off and then get after it right around Christmas.
Outstanding. Again, Coach, thank you. Henry, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're watching the Missouri Sports Network at MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow. And we'll be right back.
The Walnut Street Inn is located in the heart of Springfield on historic Walnut Street, just blocks away from the Missouri State campus, Hammonds Field, Great Southern Arena, and downtown Springfield. The Walnut Street Inn features newly remodeled rooms, breakfast served daily, and a friendly, accommodating staff. The Walnut Street Inn is also a great venue for private events. Book your stay or get more information at walnutstreetinn.com or call 417-864-6346.
Imagine a bank that goes where you go, creating seamless solutions for every step in your financial journey, allowing you to manage your money the way you want to, with a banking relationship that makes every day extraordinary. Imagine a world full of possibilities, always within reach. Central Bank. We do banking better.
Oh, you got it.